Hi everybody, this is Matt. Thanks for watching and welcome back. A viewer asked a question. They're like, Matt, could you give me some reasons why people would want to carry concealed? Well, that's good. It's a good question, but it's a little bit broad. It's a little bit nebulous. So let me start with a little caveat here. First and foremost, I'm not going to try to convince everybody that everybody walking around in the United States today needs to be carrying concealed. Why is that? It's because, frankly, not everybody has the temperament. Not everybody can do it. It's just like within law enforcement. Can everybody that you know be a cop? Could they wear a badge? Could they be a firefighter? Could they be in the Army? No, not everybody. Why is that? It's just simply because they can't. It's not within them. But for those of us that have worn the badge and have donned the uniform, we took that mantle of responsibility upon ourselves, and we knew that there was a possibility that we might not return home to our family because of our choice. But what we chose was to put our life on the line for others who couldn't. You know, we were there basically to help others and to stand in the gap. So with that said, let me give you some common sense reasons as to why, if you choose to carry concealed, these might be good ideas why. Well, first of all would be to protect and to defend yourself and your loved ones, your family, from violence. Now, most people today, if you took a poll, they'd probably say that they are buying a firearm for protection of their home, their property. Now, what do we have going on today? We have burglaries, we have home invasions. In the 56 years that I've been on the planet, things in that department, they've gotten a lot more violent. We didn't have those back in the day. Back in the day, we didn't have to lock our doors because people weren't really breaking in. But today, we have home invasions that are violent. And a person that is a home invader, they're not going to wait for you to get a firearm. So if you don't have something on your person, it's not like, hey, as you're breaking in there, I need to go past you for a moment so I can get to my safe. They're not going to do that because what do criminals do? They try to inflict damage and violence upon you as quickly and as overwhelmingly as they can. Now, professionals with home invasions, generally, that's going to happen during the day. With amateurs, it can happen anytime. And the amateurs, you got to be real careful with because they're violent. The world around us. The world, if you haven't noticed, has become more violent. We have more extremes of violence in the world today. It's not as safe as it was 50 years ago, not by a long shot. And we also have this thing that's called workplace violence, where we have disgruntled employees, current employees that are disgruntled, ex-employees that are disgruntled. We have this little thing called stalking that goes on. And the worst part about that is they already know the lay of the land. They know the security systems that you have at your workplace, and they want to make everything personal. So that makes any type of a bad encounter like that even worse because they are going with intent and they have planned it out. So if you do not have something upon your person, you're in trouble because is a rubber band going to be effective against somebody that wants to kill you? Don't think so. So that's why I would say what is on you matters. If you don't have anything to protect yourself with, what you going to do? Because, like I said, violent attacks happen just like that. If you had forewarning, if you had foreknowledge of the event, a reasonable person would try to avoid it, right? Okay, so then we have this whole thing called law enforcement response time, and it varies from one community to the next. Now, back when I was a reserve deputy all those years ago, we could be in one corner of the county, get a call from another corner of the county, and there might be only 3 cars on patrol that night. How long do you think that it would take us to get from one corner of a county to another? At least 30 minutes. So law enforcement response times vary. So you have to understand that who's responsible for your safety? Who's responsible for my safety, ultimately? Is it the local police department? No, they're only going to come to my house, my place of work, after a crime has been committed. It's not their job to be sitting outside of my house like private security 24/7, shadowing me to work, because it just doesn't work like that. So if I leave my house and I forget to lock the door and I get burglarized, that's on me. That's completely on me. If I leave the house and my garage door is up and I've got a bunch of tools in there and somebody walks up and they take them, help themselves to them, that's on me. Now, if I have the doors down, I have them locked, okay, I've taken prudent steps to secure my property. And there you have it. What else? I think that also carrying concealed makes you a better citizen, because you know that you have a firearm on your person. So when some Nimrod pulls up next to you and just starts yelling and screaming in a fit of road rage because they had a bad day or because road rage is in vogue, what are you going to do? You're going to de-escalate the situation. You're going to get away from that person. Why? Because you might not have done it in the past. You might have just yelled back. You might have given them a gesture or something like that. But now you're not going to do it because you know what you are carrying and you know the responsibility that comes with that. So you're going to try to de-escalate as many of those situations as possible, which makes you a better citizen. So anyway, those are some thoughts for you. I hope that this answers some of your questions. And until next time, everybody, thanks for watching, and be safe out there and have a good one.